Welcome to Church Production. I'm Marcel Patillo. We were recently able to send a PTZ camera by BZBGear over to our friend Casey Mitchell at Manna Church in Colorado Springs. And he gave us some great insight on how they were able to implement this system into their current live stream workflow, as well as some great techniques that allowed him to kind of elevate their whole look as a church using this camera controller system.
I am the production director for Manna Church, Colorado Springs, and Manna is a church plant from Fayetteville, North Carolina. So our auditorium is about a 700-seater auditorium. It's essentially used all throughout the week for the theater and for band and for choir stuff, so we definitely still share the area.
If you're not familiar with BZBGear, they make a large range of PTZ cameras, ranging from 1080p all the way up to 4K 60 Hz. And some of the models even offer up to a 31x optical zoom, which is pretty amazing. Now, of course, with PTZ cameras, they're motorized, they zoom, so you're gonna need controls, and that could mean more connections, which could lead to more complications. But I was actually pleasantly surprised to hear Casey's experience with this system.
So, not really being a PTZ camera user, and not much of a network guy, I opened up the package and thought that I was going to have to network these cameras and the controller together, and started looking at BZB's website and their tutorials that are online, and found really quickly that there's a lot of great information on their website and on YouTube of how to actually control and connect everything. So I literally had to plug in the power, and it's power over Ethernet. So I had Ethernet power, and I had an SDI cable already run for our cameras. So literally just plugged it in, and they were ready to go for me. So I was up and running with it within an hour.
Now, of course, there are many benefits to a PTZ camera, but one big one is their size. They're usually pretty small in stature and weight. And unlike a G2 or a Blackmagic broadcast camera that also needs a battery, and then it also needs a hard drive, and it also needs a lens, it also needs a stand or tripod and a camera op to run it. With the PTZ camera, it's shrunken down into a size and weight that you could put in smaller places. You could put other cameras, as well as you can move, unlike you can move other cameras, a lot easier.
What we ended up doing actually that worked out the best was put one of the cameras on a slider, so an automatic motion slider that just goes back and forth, and you can set it to auto. And with that actually was kind of the game changer for us, where if you want to make your PTZ camera look cinematic, then this is exactly how you do it.
So these cameras obviously have a lot of functionality, and it only gets bigger and better when you pair them with a controller from BZBGear like their Commander controller. From the Commander, you have full control over the PTZ cameras from another location, which is super convenient and again saves space around where the camera is particularly. It allows for motorized movement, zoom controls, automated moves, and more.
The controller itself, I think they did really well in making a complicated system pretty simple to use. The controller was super smooth. You can dial in the speeds that you really want, and the presets are actually quite nice on there, because you can preset the speed that you want the shot to be. So you could essentially go directly to the camera and know the speed and know the shot. So you're not trying to fix anything on the fly. Kind of a great idea to be able to know what kind of shot I'm going to get on automatically without having to worry about somebody not being in position or somebody having issues with their camera. I could essentially count on that Commander being solid every single time. And one thing that was pretty surprising was just the ease of use and the simple functionality of the Commander controller itself. So there really wasn't a lot of guesswork whenever it came to, hey, I want my zoom to be faster. How do I do that? Hey, I want my pan to be faster. How do I do that? That's pretty self-explanatory on the controller. And then there are buttons. There were one-touch recall buttons on there that make it even easier. So if you have a brand new person behind the controller that is brand new to the team, maybe even brand new to production, and you say, hey, hit this button here, and then you can zoom, or hit this button here, and then you're going to go to this camera, and then you can pan around and follow the pastor. Then that was super easy for us to work into our system, and to our team too.
So lastly, thanks again to Casey Mitchell and Manna Church in Colorado Springs for giving this a shot and giving us your insight. If you want to see more videos like this one, definitely subscribe to the Church Production YouTube channel. And of course, stop by the churchproduction.com website anytime for new information on church production gear and workflow. Until next time, we'll see you soon.